Hey, it's Rich back with you for another video. Today we're doing something a little different. It's summer, everybody's out flight training, so Matteo's our cameraman, and he's never done any flying before, so I'm going to take him up in this 172S and give him a, kind of an introductory flight, and then we're going to, in the that recent scenario where the guy landed the Caravan after the pilot passed out, said he had no flying experience. We're going to see how Matteo does with me coaching him and trying to make a landing the first time. Now I'm going to be with him and I'll be coaching him and I'll be able to get involved if it doesn't go well, but we're going to see how he does landing an airplane with no prior flight experience and just see how it goes, and we're going to take you along for the ride. You got anything to add to it? I mean, you've never flown.
Never flown.
No
I can
lessons.
confirm that. My flight experience is all within this job and sitting to the side of you. I'm happy to be the guinea pig in this scenario, and there's been some recent skepticism, especially at OCR, about whether that passenger really had zero flight experience whatsoever. So, I'm excited to take a deeper look at that and learn how to fly a little bit.
Let's see how it goes.
Let's do it.
It's not going to be yellow on the runway. Just turn and be going down that way.
Long Beach Tower, flex jet
be a white
4 ILS 30.
Flex jet 450.
See the white line?
Yeah.
30, clear to land.
All right, so nice and
Clear to land 30,
nice
flex jet 450.
gradual, but not too slow. Get that power all the way to the stop.
Like this?
Yep, all the way in, and just keep it straight. One hand on the yoke, your other hand on the yoke. There you go. All the way to the stop, all the way in. Full power now.
Full power.
And just hold it right there, okay? Now we got flying speed, so just gradually, there you go. Now neutralize, remember. See how the nose is coming up, so you got to push it down, otherwise you run out of speed.
Similar standing call sign, November 8344 Alpha is also on frequency.
Right about there is what you want.
9344 Foxtrot.
See that attitude? See how you can't really see over the nose? That's because we're climbing. What's your speed?
62.
Okay, lower the nose just a little bit. Lower the nose until you get to about 70.
Okay.
See, that's going the wrong way, the speed.
Yeah. So keep lowering it?
Yep, keep lowering it until you get to 70. Okay, you're turning left a little bit, so give it a little bit of right turn. There you go. That's just a little bit of,
Keep that turn to
there you go.
number 6 Foxtrot.
Flex jet 454, traffic 12 o'clock, 3 miles.
Good.
Eastbound a Seminole.
Dropping a bit.
Keep the nose down then.
454 looking.
It's like riding a bike up a hill. It goes slower. When you go downhill, it picks up speed. So we're climbing right now, so it's going slower. Okay, you can start a left turn now, so keep the nose up and just a gradual left turn. There you go. Now neutralize. There you go. Don't let that speed get too slow.
And downwind traffic is a Gulf Stream on a 3 mile final friendly 30, just on 1,100.
You're looking out there. Okay, now wings level. Wings level. Good.
454 additional traffic 10 o'clock, 2 miles turning eastbound to Cessna 1,000.
Nose is a little high, so push it down just a little bit. There you go. And you're tending to turn left, so turn back to the right.
Number 4 for Alpha, turn base now, runway 26 left.
There you go. And rudder pedals help you a little bit make those turns. Good. Nose is getting a little high. Feel that nose. You can even hear it. You can hear the airplane slow down.
Definitely. You start to feel it.
Number 272 Whiskey Charlie, Long Beach Tower, say again, intentions, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff.
Come to the right a little bit.
Clear for takeoff, 1 Whiskey, yeah.
And slowly start to push that nose over. Push it. There you go. Keep pushing it. I'm going to give you a little help with the trim. Now you see the horizon coming into view.
Yeah.
See the nose? See how the nose is changing relationship to the horizon?
Yeah.
Up, down, right? So that's about level right there. So just
the horizon there is level, okay.
Heavy, traffic 12 o'clock at 11 o'clock.
And you should get it trimmed
1,000.
to where it doesn't,
Okay, we're looking at
you don't have to push it too hard, you see? Now I want to show you, this is climbing. See the horizon disappear?
Yep.
And this is diving. See the horizon get bigger, right?
That just feels crazy.
Yeah, and then right there's level.
Yeah.
right? That's a zero. That's a negative G.
Yeah.
So I'll show you, get a feel for that.
Interesting visual relationship, yeah.
So feel yourself get heavy in the seat.
Yeah.
Feel that?
Oh,
now
yeah.
feel yourself get light in the seat. Right? That's negative G's and positive G's. We operate on 1 G when we're on the ground. When we pull a G, if you weigh 150 pounds and we pull 2 G's, you feel like you weigh 300 pounds.
Exactly, yeah. A lot of it is feel.
Yeah, it's feel and it's, visual reference.
Yeah.
And that's why we call it visual flight rules, because you're doing all the flying by reference to the horizon. I see it dive, so give it a little bit of back trim, back the other way. Not too much. And the idea is you trim it so you don't have to hold the yoke too much or push or pull. Okay, now what I want you to do is pull the power all the way to idle, all the way off, all the way back.
All the way back?
Hold the yoke, yep. All the way to off and keep the wings level. And I want you to look at the airspeed and hold, feel how you have to hold it?
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to pull it, it's all the way off. So, to hold altitude, you have to hold a higher pitch attitude, right?
Yeah.
Look at the airspeed.
Yeah.
Right, so there's no power on the engine. So, you're running out of speed.
Yeah.
Now, how would you keep speed?
You go nose down.
Downhill. There you go. So push your nose down, and not too much. Now you're flying. You got no engine power, but you're still flying. And you can turn. You can do everything. And this is what I mean. If you lose an engine,
I see.
You got to point the nose down, and you're going to land. Right? You're going to get in the water probably at this altitude where we're at.
Yeah.
But you're flying.
You can get.
And you're going to survive. If you get too slow,
you can ease your way.
Let me show you what happens if you get too slow. All right?
Oh no.
So we're going to pitch up, and let's say, I don't want to go down. I'm scared, and you keep the nose high. You need to keep it high, and it stalls, and you see this?
Man, that's fucking terrifying.
Now, look what's happening here. Look at our rate. The airplane wants to fly. See it keep pitching up?
Yeah.
It wants to fly, but we're not letting it. So to recover from that, just let go. Watch what happens. Just let go. Let go of everything.
Oh man.
See, I just gained speed.
Yeah. You just pick it right back up.
No problem. So the stall recovery is not really a big deal, but you got to be flying. We haven't touched the power. All right, so we're flying. Okay, so add some power now. So you know enough. You know enough now. That's good power. That you can fly the airplane.
Yeah.
Basically, we talked about the primary flight controls, how the airplane's controlled. We made some turns. We talked about the differences in lift when you're turning versus when you're straight and level.
Yeah.
Power to go faster and slower. And what happens if you go too slow. And the big thing to remember is you got to maintain speed, right? All the way to the ground.
Yeah, rule number 1.
So we're not going to go below 60 knots.
Yeah.
On this simulated thing, right? So here you are, you're flying along, and I pass out. Right? So what would you do? Like right now, what would you do?
You try and call the radio.
Yeah. Do you know how to push? Do you know how to communicate?
I'm trying to think about what you were doing when you were talking.
So there's the first big problem is if you've never flown an airplane.
So you look around.
It might be hard to get help.
Comm mic.
Yeah. But we're talking.
We're talking.
You can barely hear them. So you see right there's some things you'd have to know.
The volume.
That's intercom volume. That's not going to do you any good.
Okay.
And all the while you're heading out to sea, right?
Yeah, run out of gas.
You're running out of gas. So if you did, you could survive. You might get a boat. You could put the thing in the drink, and somebody, you know how to swim.
Right.
If you fly it into the water,
it's a rough landing, but you'll
probably survive. Get out, tread water, and you got a chance to survive. So, I don't want to go all the way out to sea. I don't need to tell anybody that, and I don't think you do either. So let's turn and head back towards the coast. Worst case scenario, I'm going to put it in the water, right? So that's something you could do if you don't know how to communicate on the radio. I'd rather crash into the water than into a building.
Exactly, yeah.
And using common sense, if you put it in the water, what do you think the best way to do it would be? Fast?
Slow.
Slow as you can go,
Yeah.
and get as slow as you can right over the water and touch down.
Yeah, land into the crash.
Yeah,
like you said.
Fly it into the crash, nose high, and just let it.
Basically, just hover it above.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you can.
Go. As long as you can, and then drop it in, and you got a really good chance of surviving the impact.
Right.
Now you've got another challenge to survive in the water, but you know you can probably do it. Okay, so we got a big thing here that tells you that you know you're heading back towards the land at least. And so, if you don't know what to do and talking on the radio, you know, you can sit here and try to figure it out.
You just go to the water, or you just do laps until you figure it out.
Yeah, you're going to run out of gas eventually, come down, but you know you can glide down. You know you pull that out, you're going to come down.
That's right.
So, you got some chance. Okay, so let's say you figured out how to communicate with the push-to-talk switch. That's right there, and you push the button, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but now, we're not going to use that. But you're going to simulate that I'm the controller. So you say, what would you say if you figured that out?
I'd be a bit more panicked than the guy. I'd be freaking out and saying, hey, my pilot just passed out. I can maintain the plane right now at its current height. I don't know what else to do.
Okay, where are you? I'm the controller. Let's just simulate we're having a conversation. Do you know where you're at?
I am over the water, directly parallel to... I don't know what anything is.
Okay, so that's fine. Do you know what the transponder is?
I do not.
Okay. All right, we're going to try to radar identify you. Can you make a turn to the left?
Yeah.
And start the turn, and then I'll tell you when to stop. Okay, start the turn to the left.
All right, starting to turn. I'm at an altitude of 1760.
Okay, great. That's good. Just hold that altitude.
Still turning, still holding the altitude.
Okay, stop the turn.
Neutralizing.
And hold your altitude. Nice job. Okay, we radar identified you based on that turn. We know where you're at now. And what we're going to try to do is get you back to Long Beach. And we're going to try to get you to land the airplane at Long Beach Airport, okay?
Okay.
And we got a guy that's going to talk to you here, and I'm that guy, and I've got a lot of experience in this airplane, and I'm going to try to help you get in there and get this thing on the ground safely. How much flying experience do you have?
0.
Okay, 0. All right, so...
15 minutes.
Okay, so do you know where the throttle is?
I do.
Do you know where the airspeed indicator is?
I do.
And the altimeter?
Yep.
Okay. Do you know how to use the flaps?
I do.
Okay. And you know... I don't want you to ever let this airplane go slower than 60 knots until you're right above the runway.
That's right.
Okay? All right, do you know where the heading bug is?
The heading bug? I do not.
Okay. On the screen, not in front of you, there's another screen to the right of you.
Yeah.
Okay, and on the left side of that screen is a button that says HDG on it. Can you find it?
Yeah.
Push it. You see that blue bug that just got centered up in the compass area right in front of you? It's a little blue bug, and it's right in the center of the screen in front of you. You see
in front of me.
Yeah. Do you see the button you pushed?
Yeah.
Grab a hold of it and turn it left and right, and look for a blue thing to move on the screen in front of you.
Oh yeah. The
number?
See it? The number?
Yeah.
310 right now?
Okay, turn it to 180.
180. Okay. Big turn.
Yep. And then turn left. Hold your altitude, turn left.
Okay.
And you see that blue bug that you set at 180?
Yeah.
It's getting closer to you.
That's right.
Okay. And it looks like you're losing a little altitude, so make sure you maintain your altitude.
Yeah.
And when that blue bug gets in the center, roll wings level.
Okay.
Get that thing all the way centered right in the center, the blue bug right at the top. Okay, good. All right, wings level, I want you, how fast are you going?
84 knots.
Okay, pull, you know where the throttle is, right?
Yep.
I want you to pull some power back slowly and maintain your altitude, and the nose is going to want to fall.
Yep.
But I want you to hold the nose up.
Okay.
And you should see your airspeed coming down as you hold that altitude. Right?
Yeah.
Hold your wings level.
Yep.
What's your airspeed now?
82 and falling.
Okay.
81, 80.
I want you to let it get to 75, and then I want you to add some power and try to hold 75.
Clear for takeoff, runway 26 left, 3 Delta Golf.
Don't lose any altitude.
Holding at 80.
Okay, then pull a little power back and hold the nose up. Hold that nose up. And as you get to 75, just add a little power and see if you can hold 75. Do you know what the RPMs are?
The rotations per minute. I just can't see
Do
where.
you see those? It'd be on the right screen.
Yep. I think
What does it show?
Is it the 119.4?
Okay, good. That's 1940. So bring it up to 2,000 RPMs. Add power to 2,000 RPMs. Good. Okay, do you know where the flaps are?
Yep.
Okay, I want you to add the first notch of flaps. So bring one notch of flaps in.
Up or down?
Down. Push the handle down. And
Okay.
then you're going to notice the airplane pitch up, and you got to push in to hold it.
Okay.
So trim it down a little bit with that wheel.
Left crosswind approved, follow the Cessna on the crosswind.
Looking for traffic and we'll follow.
See your speed slowing down?
Yeah.
That's going to help you land at those flaps. Good job.
Follow traffic 2 miles.
Okay, now take the flaps out and see what happens.
All the way?
Push them up.
Traffic 26 left, there for the option 8.
Yep.
And then retrim. Maintain that altitude. Okay, you think you're ready to try to land?
As ready as I can be.
Okay, grab that heading handle.
44 Alpha, November 445.
Heading handle was, remind me?
The right screen, left side.
Yeah.
Now turn it left to 060.
060.
Okay, good job.
Okay.
Okay, now I want you to turn left to 030. What's your airspeed?
92.
What's your altitude?
1500.
Okay, good. You're looking good. Give me a little bit more of a left turn to 020.
Number 3 Delta Golf, turn base now.
Okay, good job. You want to land it on the ground or you want to put it in the water? Which one do you think would be better for you?
Let's go with the ground today.
Okay. All right, because we could get you close to the beach and land you on the beach, and that way, you know, you got a big ocean to hit instead of a skinny little runway.
That's not bad.
Pretty easy, right?
Yeah, if you just give me, if I know where to look and you give me the numbers.
You pretty much got a crash course.
You figure it out.
And it's going to get more complicated here when you start descending for the runway, but for now, you're doing pretty good. In the real world, I
was saying in the real world, like right now I have a safety net, so it's like a little margin for error. If this was really happening and I was running out of fuel and this was life or death, I don't know how clearly I'd be thinking. Either I'd be sharper or completely out of it.
Okay, we're going to descend down to 1,500 feet, or I'm sorry, 1,000 feet. What's your altitude right now?
1080, so nearly.
So you're right there. So if it's 1080, you're right at 1,000 feet. You're 80 feet above 1,000. So just, you've been slowly descending, so just hold 1,000. I don't want you to get any lower than 1,000. If you're higher, that's okay, no lower.
Tower 8 Foxtrot, we also like to transition.
I see what you're saying, like 1,000 feet, you're right in the clouds.
Yeah. To your left,
like literally as soon as we hit 1,000,
yeah.
clouds.
And we're starting to get some, you know, what they call marine layer, which would be another big problem if you were really.
That's true.
If you were really.
All I can see right now is ocean and cloud.
Thank you.
And at least I have this to look at.
Yeah. As we get a little further in, it'll clear up.
Yeah.
Battleship right there, it looks like.
Oh, I see it starting to clear up, yeah.
We tire south of 445 on the iOS.
You see that dome way out there?
Yeah.
Southwest 445, Long Beach Tower, 30.
You're just going to kind of point at that dome.
Runway 30, clear to land.
And head for that. And
Tower, can you Foxtrot transition?
maintain 1,000 feet.
Number 8 Foxtrot.
And just,
Sure, stand by.
do you have your feet on the rudder pedals?
No.
Okay, put your feet on the rudder pedals. And I want you to push one and then push the other. And just notice what happens when you push those.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to use those adjustments. You're going to use those when we land to help keep yourself aligned with the runway.
Yeah.
Right, so keep your feet on those rudder pedals, and remember the brakes are at the top.
Yep.
So once you get it on the ground, you're going to just slowly add brake pressure to help get the airplane to a stop.
Yep.
Right?
Number 44
And you do see the dome. You're heading right for it. See it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the Queen Mary, and that's where you're going to kind of join to come into the traffic pattern to be able to make a landing. Everything looks good.
Everything looks good.
Visibility, you see things a little better now?
I can see the dome, I can see the shore, I can see the boats.
See the airport?
Do I see the airport? Not yet.
Okay. That's what I'm here for. I'm going to get you to the airport. And then we're going to slow the airplane down, do a nice gradual descent to the runway, and land.
All right.
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake.
Anybody can do it.
I'm here to prove that.
No flying lessons.
Nope.
Did this one little lesson here.
This is about it.
You didn't know where the push to talk switch was. Right?
Somehow, I feel like I should know where the heading.
You didn't know really where the heading bug was. We got that explained to you.
November.
The heading bug is very helpful.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Disregard.
Okay, so we got you on radar.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna have you as you get in here, we're gonna keep giving you instructions to get you down to the runway. Tower 916 Quebec Tango, Queens Gate for 26 left.
916 Quebec Tango, Long Beach Tower.
Okay, I want you to come back. What's your RPMs?
2200.
Okay, let's come back to 2000. Doesn't have to be exactly 2000, just close.
Okay.
Error on the high side.
45
All right,
at
2010.
2010.
2000 now.
Maintain that 1,000 feet.
At 1100 feet.
That's perfect. I'd rather have you at 1100 than 900.
Okay.
Okay. And when you're getting pretty close to the Queen Mary. When you get to the dome,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you turn right.
Okay.
And it's gonna be not a lot. Maybe about. Why don't you set your heading bug for? What are you? What's your heading right now?
Heading right now is 340.
So set it for 360. Don't turn yet, and I'll tell you when to turn. And as you turn, you're going to look out, and you're going to see a little high, like a little hill. That signal hill, and you're going to be headed right for it. Do not go below 1,000. And if you need to climb up some, you could add a little power. Okay, now turn to the 360 heading.
5513 uniform, holding short runway 26.
Number 5513 uniform statement.
A little more power. Looks like you're getting a little slow and you're descending, so we want 2,000 minimum RPM. Do you see the signal hill I was talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so just head for that now. That's your new visual point.
Signal hill.
It's a little hill, and you're heading right for it. Maybe turn just a little bit to the right. Just bank the wings to the right for 2 seconds and then level them.
That.
A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay, right there's good. 1,000 feet.
But on 1,000, you'll be overtaking them.
Look at Kennedy.
1,000 feet, 90 knots.
Traffic just north of Bend and Breakwater, inbound Caravan. 1,200, they'll be overtaking you.
Okay, we'll be looking for the Caravan. 6 Quebec Tango.
Number 13 uniform, turn left river, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
And when you get over that hill, you're going to turn right.
Yeah.
And just make a nice gradual right turn, and I'll tell you when to stop the turn.
Okay.
Okay, start your right turn.
You want us to follow that?
Hold 1,000 feet.
Kennedy, you can...
Holding 1,000.
Fantastic, Kennedy.
And keep the turn coming.
Quebec Tango, extend downwind.
Roger. Keep the turn coming. Keep the turn coming. Okay, wings level. 1,000 feet.
Short 26 left in sequence. Number 2, left close traffic.
Number 6 Charlie Bravo.
Good job. Now look to your left.
1,000, and
You're going to see the control tower.
Yep.
And just beyond the control tower, you're going to see the runway.
Yep.
And that's where you're going to land.
Okay.
So we're going to make 2 more left turns, and we're going to land. So turn left just a little bit. Make the wings to the left.
Scatter 80, there's a Diamond Star on 1 mile final. Can you make a correction? Extend down.
Turn left just a little bit. All right. Well,
okay, that's good. What's your altitude?
Altitude is 1020.
Okay, perfect. Now, do you see the runway where you're going to land?
Yep.
There's a big runway that's kind of diagonal. That's not it.
It's the one to the left.
Scatter 80, turn base for me.
If it's a Y shape, it's the left side of the Y.
Good. You got it. And that plane that you see off to your left, he's going to the same runway you're going to go to. What's your altitude?
1060.
Okay, good. I want you to put in 1 notch of flaps. So drop 1 notch of flaps. The airplane's going to balloon up a little bit, so trim it down and turn to the right a little bit. You're wandering off to the left. Turn to the right.
922 Takeoff, stand by.
Turn to the right. Good job.
That Diamond Star's preceding you through the intersection. Keep it slow, Fable. They're just
keep turning to the right. I'll tell you when to stop turning.
Thanks. November 6 Quebec Tango base approved. Runway 26 left. Cleared for the option.
Clear for the option, 26 left, 6 Quebec Tango. Okay, now I want you to pull the power back to 1700 RPMs
Follow the traffic to your left of the
and turn left and let the nose fall. Let the nose fall and turn left.
November.
There you go. Not too much, just a nice gradual descent. Keep turning left. I want you to add just a little bit of power.
Exit at Lima
just a touch. There you go. Good. Keep that turn coming. Step on that rudder pedal a little bit, the left rudder, to help bring that nose around.
Alpha Delta 4, 6 Bravo Charlie.
Good job, and you're just looking out there. Don't get too low. This is a nice descent. Good. Good job. Now, as you come around here, I want you to look for the runway you're going to be landing on. It's going to be kind of hard to see in the sun, but try to get lined up on it. Roll wings level. Wings level. There you go. And let that nose come down. See, look at the nose. Watch the nose drop on the horizon. Good. Yeah. There you go. Now, do you see the runway off to the left?
Yeah, right straight ahead.
Okay, line the airplane up on that runway, because that's where you're touching down.
All right.
And just think about it in terms of flying the airplane down there. And maybe reduce a little power. And don't over control it. Just let the airplane find its way down there.
2 Tango Alpha, no delay rolling, traffic 1 mile final.
This airplane wants to come down, nice and gradual. Okay, I want you to give yourself another notch of flaps, 1 more notch of flaps.
Roger.
Good job.
Uniform frequency change proof.
What's your speed?
95.
Traffic 1 mile.
Yeah, 95.
Runway 26 left. Cleared for the option.
Let me give you one more, a little bit.
Following traffic.
Okay, good job. Okay, pull a little power. Pull a little power off.
Follow the traffic ahead. Runway 26 left. Cleared for the option.
Power.
Pull it all the way.
It's all the way out.
Oh no, sorry, I was grabbing the wrong thing.
Okay, now maybe that's a little too much. Add just a little bit of power. Maybe about 1500 RPM. Looks like you're lined up real nice for the runway.
Okay.
Now I want you to keep one hand on the power, one hand on the yoke, and as you get in close to the runway, what's your speed?
83.
Good. Reduce power just a little, not much. Just a touch. That's maybe too much. Add a little bit back. Keep one hand on the throttle. Don't take that hand off the throttle. What's your speed?
73.
Okay, now I want you to pull the power off and point the nose down. Pull the power all the way off, point the nose down. Good job. Now keep it pointed down. Keep control of the airplane. Now pitch up, and just hold it right there. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Hold it, hold it. Don't let it touch down. Okay, now. Whoa, whoa. It's all right. It's all right. Whoa. Power off. Now brakes. Brakes. Brakes.
Quebec Tango, turn left this taxiway and keep it rolling. There's traffic behind you that's going to cross. Say intentions.
Taxi back to 26 left, off at Fox 4, 6 Quebec Tango.
So what happened on that landing there? Was it bouncy?
You know, you've never done it before, so it's a very odd sensation, right?
Yeah.
And you get into what's called a PIO, where you're kind of going like this, right? And, you know, there's a way to get out of it. It's not that big of a deal. You don't have any training, so you don't know what to do.
Right.
The best thing to do is pull the power off and just force it on the ground, you know, and if you crash, who cares? If you walk away from it, that's the key, and I think you would have walked away from it.
That's a good feeling.
You might have bent the airplane up a little bit, but
Yeah.
I don't think you would have.
I don't think I would have died.
No, you wouldn't have died. I don't think you even would have been injured. You know,
I'll take that.
Worst case scenario, slam the brakes on, skid off the runway, and
Right. And assuming the scenario, they'll have like a net,
56 Golf, contact ground.
something like that. If I was in communication.
they'd have the fire trucks out, and
Yeah.
and I would have told you, okay, as you touch down, I would have said, okay, get on the brakes and start stopping, get on the brakes, just get on the brakes, and you would have been skidding.
Yeah.
We're gonna turn left right here.
Okay, back on the ground, and interesting little exercise. I honestly didn't know what to expect. No pun intended, quick crash course on flying with Matteo, and didn't spend a lot of time, as you saw, and was able to coach him down, and I'm 100% convinced that he would have bent the airplane up a little bit probably on that first landing, but I know he would have walked away. I don't really feel like it was anything that he couldn't have got stopped and got out, and then the second landing was even better.
Yep.
And flying airplanes is the actual flying part of it's pretty easy. When you throw in radio communications and all the other stuff that goes with it, it gets more complicated. But the actual flying, we focused on that and just the basics, and you were able to fly it actually pretty well.
Yeah.
How did you feel?
Definitely sweating a bit more after those landings, but first of all, an incredible experience, and then a lot of it, you always hear that it's like very technical or it's like number oriented, but you keep track of a few things, but a lot of it's about feel. And a lot of it's about being gentle and like keeping a visual line of sight and horizon, and it's actually more intuitive than you think once you have the concepts in mind.
Yeah, just a few basics of what's going on, and that helps a lot. And I really think you would be able to, talk somebody through, and they're not going to make a nice landing and, taxi off and go park, but I think you could talk a very inexperienced person into a landing that they could walk away from. If they don't get too anxious and they don't panic, that would be a deal killer.
Yeah,
start panicking, all bets are off.
I was telling Rich that so much of that was psychological and just keeping your cool, gentle movements, and just generally not jerking or panicking in any sense, and that's half the battle.
Yeah, it was really cool, and it was like I said, I really didn't know what to expect, but it was clear to me that you would have made a survivable landing, a walk away landing.
That's the goal.
Airplane, and that's all you're really
in that
after.
situation.
So hope you enjoyed the video. If you're thinking about learning to fly, I mean, I can't recommend it enough. It's a great experience and opens up so many doors, and hope you got something out of this video. Thanks for watching.